Alright, well, hold on. I think I have one brewing up. This is, my 6th update log on the corruption, I think. But, yeah, as you can see, a lot of work has been done here. I created a menu with, the guy from the, icon. These haven't really changed much. They've just been sized down and moved to the right. The how to play is still different, or it's still the same. You know, you do all that. It's still the same text. Go back to the menu, press play. But here's the biggest difference: the lobbies. Instead of doing like 3D lobbies that you can walk into, and you know you have to wait 15 seconds for it to actually teleport you, and on top of that, having to wait for it to be clear before you can actually, you know, go in there. Well, now you don't have to do all that. You can literally just create your own lobby from scratch. You can leave it, you can start it, you can change all that shenanigans and stuff. One thing about it though, is it's not like fully tweaked. So, I don't know. So if you do end up playing it, and there's a bug, report it to me, and I will try to get it fixed. But for now, it works. You can change the player. Also, one thing I want to note is at the time of this being here, nightmare mode and hard mode are the same place. So if you try setting it to nightmare mode and you start the game, it'll just take you to hard mode because nightmare mode is not finished yet. So I figured that just instead of making this do nothing, I'd just teleport you to hard mode. But yeah, you can go to normal, easy, and yes, these do require the badges, so anyone can play easy. But for normal, you have to be easy. For hard, you have to be normal, and then for nightmare, you have to be hard. So that, you know, and then you can set your friends only or public, and then, you know, change the player. Great. And you also need to have the badge for, so if the lobby you're trying to join is hard mode, and you haven't beat normal mode, then you can't join the lobby. But, yeah, that's enough yapping there. We're gonna get into this, into like hard mode, and tell you what changed. So the air conditioner ambiance is louder, because, you know, it gets louder every time. It's supposed to kind of make it harder to hear, especially with all the objectives, stepping in puddles. And you see it's really dark because I didn't put a light, so you have to just kind of find the flashlight. I added custom player animations. The player is actually like holding the flashlight, so if you were to play a game with other people, the player would be holding it in their hand. You can run, and you can see your own hands too. Just barely, but you know, you can kind of see them. And there's also a new objective called Collect Samples. I also changed the footsteps too. Oh yeah, and there's the cat, her lost request. The new objective called Collect Samples. Well, what am I doing? I kind of had like a mini stroke there. Anyway, what you do for the samples is you have to go like stand over a puddle, and there should be a prompt that appears if it's collectible. And if you can collect a sample from it, then you just press E on it once, and then it will complete the objective. Like here, collect, and that's 1 out of 4. So you have to do that 4 times with 4. It randomizes each time, so it's not the same 4 puddles every time you play. That pretty much applies for all the objectives. Excuse me. Anyways, I kept the lights here just to kind of mark where the spawn points are. But yeah, you can see the arms better in the light. Okay. Well, anyways, I'm I'm not gonna complete the objectives because you know we all know what that does. You complete the objectives, you walk out the front door, yada yada yada. But yeah, there are 3 floors in hard mode, 2 floors in normal mode, and 1 floor in easy mode. Nightmare mode, I don't plan on adding a 4th floor because that would just be ridiculous. Rude much? I'm trying to talk. I don't plan on adding a 4th floor to the game, because, you know, it's ridiculous. But what I will do is I will increase the objectives significantly. I'm starting to get pissed off. I will update them significantly, like add more. There will be more boxes, nodes, systems, all that jazz. Kind of like what they do with the previous modes, like H mode, it adds like 2 of each, I think. But yeah. Also, I updated the jump scare a little bit, just to kind of make it look cooler. Oh yeah, and speaking of the bot, instead of immediately like ignoring you as soon as you like turn a corner or something, so like if he was chasing me and I turned the corner, he would just lose me. Instead, he actually he goes to where he last saw you, and if he can't find you in 2 seconds, then he just immediately goes back to patrolling, or he locks onto a different player. So that's cool. But anyways, the last thing I want to show you is the jump scare. I didn't even see that box there. He grabs you, and then he rips your head off. And it also gives you like a message saying player name has perished. So if a player disconnects from the game, you won't just be like, oh, did they leave on purpose? Because, you know, in games, when a player leaves, everyone leaves. Because, you know, people are just kind of stupid like that, no offense. But it'll tell you down here that the player has died. So that way you know why they're not in the game anymore. And I don't plan on adding spectating because, you know, I kind of want this game to have somewhat of a challenge. And I get people can just go on Discord and screen share and all that jazz. But, you know, I'm just too lazy to put a spectate. But if y'all want me to, I'll put it in the game as per request. But yeah, if y'all think there's anything I should add, change, you know, touch up, then please let me know. I would like to hear your suggestions. But just one thing I ask is just make it appropriate for the game, like related to the game, you know, like updating the objectives, updating the bot, adding a new bot, not like one that's the same, but like a different mechanic to make it slightly more difficult, or just anything you guys think that would make the game better. Comment it down below and let me know. I love hearing your thoughts, and I do read your comments. Don't think I don't, but I do. But yeah, I just figured I would make an update log so you guys were aware of what changed. I'm pretty proud of how I've done so far, and yeah, I would say that's just about it. Thank you for your time.